If you're interested in getting your students experimenting and exploring prompting in AI and the specific language that supports that skill, you can actually use Padlet as a fun opening game to introduce those skills. You may have seen other examples of this kind of game where you take an image, preferably an AI generated image, and especially an image that's kind of unique or oddball in some way, and challenge your students to recreate that image using an AI image generator. So they're not drawing the image themselves, they're having to use language to prompt the machine to recreate something that's very close to what your target or your starting image was. So in Padlet, they have a new tool called I Can't Draw, and this is an AI image generator. So when students are at your Padlet, they can go to draft a post and use this I Can't Draw attachment, which will take them to an AI image generation tool. And they just type in the prompt that they want. So ideally, what you want them to arrive at is that more detail is better, right? Specific language to really paint a picture for the AI image generator so that it knows exactly what details to include. If they were just to say a busy city street based on the image that we're seeing here, they're not going to get something anywhere near necessarily this image. They might get something in the ballpark, but you can see these images aren't really all that close. I would say probably this one is the closest just because of the street kind of disappearing into the horizon, but it's got a lot more cars. It's a realistic photo. So we would want our students to be able to iterate, right? So when they see their results here, this is really nice that they can just go right back up to that prompting box and change the details. Maybe we want to say a watercolor painting of a busy city street. And actually, I tried to be kind of unique with this image, and it looks like there's a rocket taking off in the distance. So let's add that too. And let's just see if that added detail improves our accuracy for this photo. So students can continue to iterate through their prompting to get something that's closer and closer. You can see these images are much better. Um, Ironically, some of these images like went back in time a little bit, maybe because the rocket taking off is associated with an earlier decade, but I think all of these images are a lot closer to this original one than the previous iteration. So they can go through that process until they have something that they feel is really close, that is competitive in this game, if you're treating it like a game. Maybe they choose this one, and then they can publish that. Um, so this is a really nice way to get students thinking about detail and the specificity of their language in a fun game-like way. And Padlet is really nice for creating that environment where you can have a lot of control over how this game works. You could even go in and change the way that people can react to photos. You could even do like an upvote system, so you could have people vote on um, their favorite image, which one would they think is the closest, and then rank them that way to decide who wins, or maybe like have a special guest judge come in from the principal or another teacher or some other adult to make their judgment and explain why. But just a really fun, concrete way to get students thinking about specific language and the skills that improve their AI generation results.